Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. I hope this message finds you well and healthy. It's Monday, it's the first day of a new week, and I hope that if last week wasn't so great, I hope this week is better for you. If last week was fabulous, I hope it's even better for you. I just wanted to get out here quickly and share a thought that came to mind. I just finished working out, so I'm a little sweaty. I got the fan going, so hopefully I won't look too crazy. But anyway, earlier this morning, I put up a post on social media which was a quote from Iyanla Vanzant. And basically it says that we should love your people enough to tell them the truth. One of the things that I have learned to really appreciate in my life, particularly, as I've gotten older, is or are the people in my life who know that they can tell me the truth and I will receive it. A couple of months ago, a friend of mine called me and she was about to make a decision that really didn't make any sense to me, wasn't aligned with what I knew she wanted out of life. And so we had a real conversation about it. And we ended up being in agreement. If we didn't agree, that would have been fine. But we ended up being in an agreement. And then a couple of days later, she called me to thank me for being one of the people in her life that she knows will tell the truth. And she acknowledged the fact that she knew it wasn't always easy for people to tell the truth. And, I've been thinking about that for a while because for me, I believe that our intimate relationships, our friends, our family, people who we're really cool with, we really, really care about, they deserve the truth. And I know that I prefer to be in the company of people who, if they see me going to the left or going to the right, or of the right or left of what they know I want for myself, if they experience me as being nasty or unkind or rude or something like that, I want to be around people who are going to tap me on my shoulder and be like, Marty, what's up with that? Or, Marty, that wasn't nice, or Marty, you hurt my feelings. And I want to be able to do the same with them. It's not always easy because sometimes people get really offended and they get self-conscious or they get defensive when you share with them that your experience with them is not cool, that there's something wrong that needs to be corrected or needs to be fixed. Sometimes when people make decisions in their personal lives and their friends, you as a friend come to them and you're like, look, I don't know if that's the best thing for you. Sometimes people get really offended. And I think that when we enable people by not telling the truth, it's like a double-edged sword, because the person that you're enabling by not telling the truth, I'm going to turn this fan off. The person that you're enabling by not telling the truth doesn't get the opportunity to hear some wisdom, doesn't get an opportunity for self-reflection, and doesn't get the opportunity to hear something that might make him or her change their mind or give them something to really think about, a new perspective. That's the first thing when we enable. And when we enable, the other side of that is that when you enable somebody by not telling them the truth, you let yourself off the hook because you don't want to be uncomfortable. It's easy to just enable people. Well, it's your life, girl. You do what you want. Or, well, I wouldn't do it, but if that feels good for you, you do you, boo. It's your world. We don't tell people the truth because we don't want to be uncomfortable. We don't want to risk having people cuss us out because I've been cussed out. We don't want to risk people getting really offended because I've had people get really offended when I've told them my perspective. We don't want to risk people picking up the mirror and turning it around and saying, well, what about you? What about you? Pointing their fingers at us because I've had that done to me. Even when people have asked me my opinion and I've given them my truth as I saw it, I would still get that backlash. But for me, it's more important that I am trusted than I am liked, per se. To me, it's more important to be someone that people can trust than to be somebody that people can like. You can have people like your posts, you can have people like you on Facebook and on social media, here on Instagram, all day long. But do people really trust you? And in order for people to trust you, they have to know that you're going to tell them the truth, whether they like it or not. And they have to know that you're going to receive the truth whether you like it or not. It's the worst kind of enabling, you all. We don't tell people the truth because we don't want to get uncomfortable. We don't want to have those difficult conversations. We don't want to risk people being mad at us. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. For me, in order for me to think that you are a true, authentic friend of mine, somebody in my inner circle, I need to know without a doubt that if I came to you or you saw me doing something that you knew was whack, that you tap me on the shoulder, be like, Marty, what's up? And you know that if I'm coming to tap you on the shoulder or popping you in the back of your head, there's a reason for that, right? And it might make you uncomfortable in the moment. And you might want to be like, oh, I wish Marty would mind her business in the moment. But ultimately, you would remember that I do it from love. In the same way that I do my best to remember when people come for me, not come for me, but come to me with their truth, that they're doing it from love because they care about me and because it's not always easy. Yeah? So this week, As we go forward, think about your relationships. Think about the people in your life. Truth allows us to grow. People who enable us, they help us stay stuck. And for me, I know that feeling like I'm making progress, feeling like I'm growing, that is what keeps me alive. That's what keeps me joyful. That's what helps me sort of get up in the morning, even when things are difficult. And I know that when people tell me the truth from love, and when people tell me the truth with some compassion, I know that that's going to help me grow. It's going to give me a new perspective. It's going to help me do some self reflection that might sort of propel me in a higher direction. That's why I prefer to be around, and frankly, I only am around people that I know will tell me the truth. If you love folk, love them enough to be 100% honest with them. Love them enough to allow yourself to be comfortable, to sit with that discomfort for a few moments and let them know what you think. Let them know how your experience is with them. If it's making you feel uncomfortable, if they're hurting you, if they're making you upset, let them know. If they're doing something out here in these streets that you know is not in their best interest, whether they agree with you or not, find the courage to let them know and develop the spiritual muscle and maturity to be a truth receptor. Allow people, the people that you care about to be in your circle. Allow those people to tell you the truth. Don't get defensive, right? Don't start pointing fingers and turning your back and name calling and doing all the crazy things we sometimes do to reflect or deflect, right? Let people tell you the truth. Be a truth teller. Be a truth receptor, particularly in your most intimate relationships, your friends, your loved ones, your family, your spouse, your significant other, whomever. Love them enough to tell, love them enough to receive the truth. Truth, sometimes it hurts, but ultimately it liberates. So love your people enough to tell them the truth and love yourself enough to surround yourself with people who love you enough to tell you the truth and see how your life changes. Okay, that's it. I gotta go get dressed. I'm really sweating now. That's okay. I got it in this morning. Hopefully you got it in too. And that's it. Okay, y'all have a good day. I'll see you soon. Bye.